Good morning. Last week we attended a teleclass held by Aurora of SuperCharged Science, and the class was called Math and Magic. In this class, she taught the children a game called Bagels, and what we decided to do was take that game and make it a card game. So I'm going to show you what we came up with. Hi everyone. Last week, my children attended a teleclass held by SuperCharged Science, and in that class, they were introduced to a game called Bagel, which I think was created by Aurora of SuperCharged Science. So what we did after the game was we actually came up with our own variation of Bagel called red light, yellow light, green light. Now, in our version, we're using cards. Hers is you just use your head or use a piece of paper, whatever. So we're using a deck of cards. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take out all of the face cards, including the aces and the tens and the jokers. Get rid of them. You don't need them. So we take those out. And then the next thing, it depends on how many people you have. Ours is kind of like, I would liken it to war. Because the object of our game was to end up with the most amount of cards at the end of the game. So, first things first, we split up our remaining cards. We split them up into two decks. And what you're going to do is each player, well, you start with player number one, whoever that is. And player number one is going to select a card from each deck. Okay? So, they're going to keep their cards and they're going to not show them to anyone else. So, right now, based on their cards, their two-digit number that everyone else is going to try to guess is 28. Again, let me go back. The objective of the game is to guess the two-digit number that the other person or persons has in their hand, or in the case of bagels, that they have in their head. So in our, like I said, we're using cards. So you pick a card from each deck. We're going to end up with the number 28 as our number. And so now everyone else is going to try to guess what our 28 is, guess what our number is. So, how you would do that is this. We use the terms red light, yellow light, green light, and then there's an extra term to let the other parties know that they're getting close. And the term that we decided on was a hot car, a Ferrari. So we use red light, yellow light, green light, and then Ferrari. And you'll see how we use those in a second. Now, I have my cards, and someone else is going to try to guess what my numbers are. So the first player is going to say, is your number 76? And I'm going to say red light, because they don't have any digits right. They didn't get a 2 right. They didn't get an 8 right. So now we go to the next player. They're done. So we go to the next player. The next player says, is your number 86? I'm going to say yellow light. I'm going to say yellow light because they got the 8 right, but they got it in the wrong spot. So that's letting them know that one of the numbers is right, but it's not in the right place value. So they're done. Their turn's over right now. So we go back to the next player who initially started. And they're going to say, that was a yellow light, so one of your numbers is correct. I don't know which one. So is your number 21? You're going to tell them red light because you're going to tell them yellow light. Take that back. You're going to tell them Ferrari. You're going to tell them Ferrari because they got the 2 right in the right spot. So now that they have a Ferrari, they get an extra turn. And they get to try to guess the number. So, okay, hold on. So they're going to try again. They got Ferrari. And if they say, okay, well, is your number 25? You're going to say Ferrari again. Now, that's 2 turns. They got 2 Ferraris, and they didn't get it. So now it goes back to the next person. And the next person is going to say, well, is your number 28? And you're going to say, stop. You're going to say green light. Green light means you got both numbers. So the 4 terms you're going to use, red light, that means you didn't get any number correct in any spot. Yellow light means you got a number correct, but it was in the wrong spot. Ferrari means you got a number right in the right spot, and then green light means you got both numbers right. And that's the game we came up with.